Right now I'm playing some Guild Wars 2 during the Lunar New Year event. This event is an annual event, similar to Winter's Day, and it takes place during the Chinese New Year. This year is the year of the ox. And off we go. So for this first activity, I'm taking part in the race around Divinity's Reach. They have another race like this during Winter's Day. They are both different routes. I found this one a little bit more challenging. Not that they're very difficult, but there's a bit towards the end where you have to jump over like an opening in the ground, or you can take the bridge, but that's no fun. So, Guild Wars 2 is one of my favorite games. I know every game featured on my channel, featured in the handful of videos that I have so far, all of them are one of my favorites, and I figure, why not? Why not just do games that I really like? I have a lot of favorite games, apparently. Well, this one is my favorite MMORPG. I started playing Guild Wars 2 in 2015. I actually didn't know about it at all, but I started talking to the man who has been my boyfriend now for 5 years. Before we were dating, he told me about this game, this great game, Guild Wars 2. So I bought it, sort of as a way to get to know him better, but also because I really like MMOs. So that's what got me into the game. He started a new character with me. I started this one, and we basically played until we both crafted legendary weapons. It took a long time, so we were into the game for a very long time. I fell in love with the game. I fell in love with my boyfriend. Sorry, that's a little corny. But it was a great way to get to spend some time with him. Video games in general, like anyone who says video games are a waste of time or anything like that. Oh, this is the challenging part. Anyone who says anything like video games are a waste of time, I suspect they have not had much experience with video games. They're also probably the same people who will spend all day watching television. Not that I haven't done that, but I think it's pretty hypocritical to judge a hobby like that, especially if you haven't done very much of it. Anyway, that's my little rant about video games not being a waste of time. It's a great way to stay in touch with people and to get to know people. And you learn some things. When I was a kid, I could impress people with my aqueduct knowledge because I played Caesar 3. Back on topic. So, Guild Wars 2. Right now I'm in the Celestial Challenge room. So, this is the first year I've ever actually There's something about ringing bells for hours on end that just keeps bringing me back. I think it's the gold that you get from selling them, from selling the gifts. So for the Celestial Challenges, there are, I believe, 12 different mini-games. Some sort of racing, like this one where you have to bump into the circles, spheres, and some like fetch quest sort of things where you pick up the things around the map and bring them back to the box. All pretty simple. And at the end, depending on how well you did, you get to open chests, which have red envelopes. And a lot of luck. Winter's Day, I'd say, is a lot better for making money, which I think is more appealing to me, but this event seems to be pretty good for increasing your magic find, which, if you do not play this game, magic find increases your chances of getting rare loot. I don't really know the statistics or math behind it, but it's fun to watch that percentage go up. I have like 117% so far. I think I know the maximum magic find you can have is 300%, but it probably gets exponentially harder to increase the more you get. Like, it'll take more luck to increase the percentage. Something like that. So, I always come back for events. I keep the game installed. I don't play regularly, but as you can see, I am wearing my Winter's Day attire. I'll probably keep that on all year. This past Winter's Day, I finally made winter's presents. The drinks are really cheap, but I did drink at least 2,000 of them were tonics that you drink to turn into snowmen, because they were a lot cheaper. But they were a chore to consume, because you can't just consume them all at once, you have to do them one at a time. But I'm the kind of person who doesn't mind that, as long as she saves money. But it did cross my mind that, well, in the time I'd save from just buying the drinks, which can be consumed all at once, I could be grinding for more Winter's Day presents. So, for the Celestial Challenges, if you do play this game, I definitely recommend Kudzu. So in this game, my name is Kudzu, like my name for this channel. I named myself Kudzu after the invasive plant species. I named myself after an invasive plant species named Kudzu. It's a vine that grows over whatever it touches. It'll turn your house into a topiary, or your car, any object. It's really cool looking if you look up images online of the Kudzu vine. It's like a little fantasy world, just vines growing over every shape it runs into. Anyway, I named myself Kudzu after that plant. Lo and behold, the legendary longbow is called Kudzu. It was completely coincidental. I happened to play a plant lady. I named myself Kudzu after a plant, and the longbow is the weapon that I use, and it has my name. It just baffles me anytime I remember. You can see it. It's very pretty, flowery. Your feet leave little plants on the ground. It's perfect for me. I love playing. When I play an MMO like this, I like to play. I can't just play a human because I'm a human all the time, every day in real life. That's not interesting. I have to be a plant lady made of plants, or like the alien. I have one other character that I actually use. She is also Sylvari. I'm pretty good at this race. I'm usually out in the front, but like the second or third to finish. I find it pretty hard to be the best in any of these mini games, so I only end up being able to open 5 or 6 chests every time I finish a round of Celestial Challenge. I don't know what I'm not doing right, but there's probably some build or character that's better to use or something that I haven't bothered looking into. And that doesn't really interest me. I'm not here to be efficient. I'm here to just play and get some rewards. Yeah, so the Kudzu weapon was my big project. I don't really know what I want to do next. I decided 2 years ago to get Winter's Presents, and I finally crafted that. Like this past December, so only a couple months ago. And I think it looks beautiful. I just have my own little flurry. Like Olaf from Frozen. It keeps me from melting. That was a dumb joke. mini snowball, and then you get a bunch of mini snowballs, and the mini snowballs make the mini large snowball. And I have the mini large snowball because I needed to have it. I needed it. It is very, very slightly larger than the mini tiny snowball and not worth it at all. But I did it. I did it, and I'm proud of myself. Like little goals like that, building something meaningless, making winter's presents. That's what keeps me interested in the game, so in order for me to get back into the game, I need to pick what that next thing is. I think I'll go for maybe crafting a set of ascended armor, because if you saw in the beginning, I do have a mount, which means I have purchased the new expansion, Heart of Fire, I think it's called. My goodness, I hope that's right. The fire one, where you can get the mount. When I got there and I did the first mission and just started fighting in that area, I realized that I felt pretty weak. I pretty much crafted my legendary weapon and stopped playing after that. So, 2 expansions later, I feel like my character is not really prepared for being in the new area, and it makes sense. If you want people to keep playing, you need to add challenge, so the new areas need to be harder. I just like when things are easier, and I feel like since I have a legendary weapon, it shouldn't feel that hard, but, you know, it's fine. I don't have ascended gear, and that's probably why. So, I think my next project for this game, should I proceed, will be to craft some ascended armor. Yeah. So that I can feel strong, and so that the enemies in the new area don't knock me down every time I fight them, because that's not that fun. I never really looked into builds or anything. I mostly just play games because I like them. I'm not a details person. I see, oh, this kind of character uses condition damage, so I build condition damage. I definitely do not have the best build by any means. I feel it in my casual gamer bones. I could never be a pro gamer. I do not care about details like that. I get gear. It makes me better at killing things. Then I did a good job. The fine details don't interest me. Man. I'm not lazy. It just doesn't interest me. If I have fun, that's what matters. And I'm having fun. Can't you tell? I'm having so much fun. I am. I really love games like this. The grind. Like, people complain that games are grindy, but, like, it works. There are so many numbers to increase, and that's the appeal I see in video games in general, is make the number go up. Pick a number that you want to see grow and make it go up. Like your level, that's a number. Your money, that's a number. Make it go up. It's satisfying. It's a really simple way to explain what is so satisfying about video games is you can make numbers go up in real life, sure. But in video games it's so much faster. Especially early on, you get levels so quickly. You get to watch the number go up and it makes you happy. And then every level, it takes a little bit longer, but you have to keep going because your brain likes it. My brain loves it, and I'm okay with that. Make the number go up, everybody. All of my pets are birds or some kind of flying thing. Well, I know that in this game you technically have access to every pet that you encounter and tame, but I only use the birds because I like the birds. There's probably some guide or what pets are better for certain areas, but again, I'm not a details person. I want to play a plant person who has a bird pet and has a flower weapon. So I just finished another celestial challenge and I can open some chests. I think this event is pretty nice and easy because pretty much every time you get through a challenge, you get enough of these little fragments to put them together to make one big coin. The coins which are used to buy one of the special envelopes at a discount, which has the good stuff in it. And it's a lot easier to do, but for the end of this ASMR video, I figured I'd show you me being not very good at Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball is one of the other activities you can do during the Lunar New Year festivities. You run around and throw fireballs at the enemy. And you die a lot. It's thrilling. And I'm not very good at it. I much prefer doing the challenges because it's more guaranteed that you'll get anything for it. But it's nice to mix up the day a bit. Throw in some Dragon Ball. Oh, and all three of them go down. It's a shame, really. She never saw it coming. And she's in the game again. Look at her go, flying. To the right she goes, looking for the ball. She grabs the fireball and starts throwing it. Throwing it to the right, dodge and jump. Nobody can stop her. Kudzu is on fire. And she's down again. I don't think I could ever be a sports commentator. Yeah, I usually pick the safer options for events. For the longest time, I only ever did the bell choir during the Winter's Day events because it was easy for me. I could do it. I could get through every level. No problem. Guaranteed. I completely avoided the jumping puzzle until this past winter. good, isn't she? No, I'm not. Please fire me. I don't really understand Dragon Ball. But if you manage to win 8 games, or no, it's 10 games. If you manage to win 10 games, you can use it to buy 10 more envelopes, and those are limited, so if you can do this, this is the most efficient way, not the most efficient way to get the tickets, but it's just an additional way to get more, so might as well if you're good at it. I figure there's strength in numbers, so I tend to follow my allies around. I feel annoying doing that, but hey, if I end up stealing your kill, in the end, if we win, doesn't matter. Also, I'm probably not going to steal your kills, because I'm not that good. Oh, when the red team wins, nobody saw it coming, folks. Nobody saw it coming. I did, because I'm good